Welcome, I'm Bastet. I'll be running your operation. The project's official name is the Adventurers' Research of Abnormal Civilian Experiences, or Project Arrowace for short, to investigate the unusual occurrences that have been happening everywhere recently. I've hired you all for your hands-on experiences.
I'm going to be honest, I think we should run.
I don't know, I'm not a wizard in real life.
Tentacles belong in the ocean!
I also lost all my food, so Delphi, in a few hours you might start looking really delicious.
Okay. You can't just kind of hand wave and say, oh yes, it's clearly from another plane of reality, without that implying a lot about a very powerful wizard doing it, or a university of powerful wizards doing it, or a god doing it.
It lets us know that when these other anomalies have been happening, it's potentially due to the use of temporal or spatial magic.
Who are you? I saw you in some kind of dream, but I think there's more to it than that. We need to talk.
I can't tell you exactly why I did all the things I did, but I did them. Okay?
Can everyone please roll for initiative?
Oh, I nearly cussed so hard.
What level are you casting?
I'm going to say 5th level.
Okay.
So that it automatically ends the effects of a spell on the target if the spell's level is equal or less than the level of the spell slot I use. So I'm going for 5th level. Otherwise, I'll need to roll if it's higher than that.
Do you want some 5th level spells to compare to?
No, I'm just thinking, like, I'm just, it's big, this is, I will lift the curtain a little bit. This isn't, like, explicitly a spell.
Yeah.
It's, like, as you have gathered, it's more like an effect, and so it's deciding.
I've got to make an ability check. If it's a 6th or higher.
Okay.
I'm going to make the ability check.
Make me an ability check.
So that's going to be spell. That's plus 8 for no 8 plus 4 for intelligence. Oh, is it a save and I have proficiency? Let me check. It's an ability check. Okay, not a save.
Yeah, it's your spell ability, isn't it?
Yeah. You are not going to believe me, but I
in
got a
one
nat
fell swoop.
20.
Oh yeah!
That's it. Arc over. Morgan fixed it.
I won.
my
Morgan
God.
solves it.
Oh my god.
You see the
So-
light just fall across the city. It's that big scene.
Sick. Okay. So, how are you doing this? You just grabbing onto him? Are you?
But I'm booping him on the nose.
Oh my god. So he looks affronted, and then his eyes widen as this all kind of hits him, and he goes, "Oh my god! Oh my gods!" More. He's bleeding profusely from his nose, and he wipes it and goes, Morgan, you've got to help us, please. You do time magic, right? It's been.
And you said that chronomancy wouldn't have many applications in the real world.
Shut up! Shut up!
How long has it been?
This is months. Months. It's been months.
Okay.
I don't know. It's been. Oh God! How many times have we been to this blasted ball?
Too many.
How do you? Do you know what's going on? You said something to do with the water.
Oh yeah. Some people have been having weird dreams. Have you been having weird dreams?
I remember now. I remember. It's been a month, and since I remember when it changed, because today is, and every day for the last month, that's been the same day. Oh God, the dock workers have been going on strike. The people at the water treatment, they're very angry. They're refusing to go near the water. They said that there was something wrong with it.
Well, that looks like a good place to start.
You should hang on. He rifles around in his pockets. He goes, "Damn! I thought I had a handkerchief or something in here that I could write on."
You mean this one? I dangle it just out of his reach.
He tries to grab it from you. He's like, "What? How? Where did you get that from?"
Oh, just found it lying around, and I'll toss it deliberately so that it goes like over his shoulder and in the mud.
Okay, tell me. Here's some paper. The correct thing to write upon.
He is holding his handkerchief to his nose, and with his other hand, he's writing down the address of a place in the docks, and he says, "Here's my the house address of the general manager. He might know more about it. If you go and talk to him, then maybe you can find out how to fix this damn thing." And as he's talking, you can hear the chiming of the bell start at midnight, and he looks up at both of you and he goes, oh God, I don't want to, I can't go through this all over again.
Just
Please,
go to bed. Don't go to the ball.
You can't, and he...
Prosperity, I think we need you to do one more thing before the final bell rings.
Yes?
Apologize to your sister.
Do you know what? Can you roll me a persuasion check?
Can I twiddle
Absolutely,
with the knife
I
to give
can.
him advantage?
Yeah, go for
I think
it.
that's intimidation, my friend.
Yeah, but it's still
I'm
advantage.
helping, I guess.
22.
He looks at you with a sneer, and he says, "What would I apologise for?" He rolls another nat 20. Then he
Clock
says,
strikes midnight.
"Yeah," and then he opens his mouth. He says, "In fact, I don't even need to apologise because there's so much I could say about your failings. First of all," and then the clock strikes midnight, and you wake up.
Right.
So we all manifest like right back
Yeah. So
where we
so
were.
You
And
get
the
to
first
now
thing
do
Equilibrium
3
says is-
hours worth of extra game time.
Yeah.
Raina and Morgan, you guys wake up. Edge of the city.
Do I have the pocket watch?
No, you do not.
Ah, damn it.
Huh. That's weird and inconsistent.
Well, I suppose we got our waistcoats and things, and then we left the city.
Oh yeah, so
We
we
haven't
did.
left the city, so it would have reset itself.
Did we leave before or after the? I can't remember. Well,
Have a
let's
look at that
go
tomorrow.
back and see if Equilibrium has found anything in the last 3 hours,
Let's go.
and then we can go down to the docks.
Great. So, where are you guys heading to meet up with Equilibrium and
Yeah,
Toe?
to the place where we met them before. I think we didn't discuss it, but Equilibrium is a creature of habit, and we'll probably go to the same place.
So you head to the street and you can't see Equilibrium or Liberty anywhere.
Well, I should have known better than to guess we know what's going on. Fine. Now it's time for ascending. Same sort of thing as before to Equilibrium, just like, hello, we've arrived. Where are you? We'll come meet you. Can you respond? I think so.
He gets 25 words, doesn't he?
Yes, 25 words.
Hello, who is this?
It's Raina.
Oh.
Yeah, no, well,
Oh,
it
no.
does say that it recognizes you as the sender if it knows you, but oh gosh, oh no, oh. I feel like I just did the like audio equivalent of watching someone's like life flash before their eyes.
God damn it.
Oh dear.
Let's go get him and then cast a spell magic again.
I think we gotta find him because he don't remember us.
I'd appreciate the backup. Yeah, it's probably going to be easier to dispel on him as well. Liberty, I've got no idea about tracking down.
No.
Where would he? It's 7 p.m. He'd be preparing for the ball, probably. We could wait outside.
It's 8 o'clock.
Pardon?
It's like 8 o'clock.
Now.
What
Yeah.
time does the ball start?
You got in here like just before it started. Like Toz would have wanted you to be on time.
So
So
if we
he'll
go
probably
there
be there.
now, we might be.
Gotta
able
go to the
get
ball
him.
again.
Let's hope we
Yeah.
can get him before they go inside. Otherwise, we're gonna have to sneak in.
Or we could make a scene.
Well, there's always that. I'm pretty good at
I'm
that.
sure that I don't think we'll need to persuade Equilibrium very much. It seemed that if we made if we said hello, we urgently need you outside of this ballroom, that he would do anything to comply with that, I think.
Yeah, you guys head up to the Aldridge residence, and
So we are now on day 3,
yes,
28th.
so the 28th.
How do we feel about?
Soon we're gonna have to figure out how many days are in this month.
Oh no! Ellie's worst nightmare, genuinely. Yeah, you don't see either of them outside.
I have to go in.
We're gonna have to. There's no way Equilibrium would not be on time.
We haven't got an invitation. We don't have
Sneaking.
Tozia to go get the way through. I have, you know what? Consequences be damned. I have this staff of charming.
God.
Hey,
That's going in the chat.
it's not like they're gonna remember this tomorrow, right? We can charm whoever we
If
want.
they do, I think they will accept that there are extenuating circumstances.
Oh, yeah.
So you walk up to, and you recognise this guy. You recognise him. He's the quite stressed-looking attendant from last time.
I'm just going to walk past him.
He goes,
Can I try-
where is your invitation?
Can I try and hide and sneak past while they're doing this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Morgan says, I don't need an invitation, I live here.
Yeah, listen, I really don't mean any harm by this. I just work here, but I feel like some people are going to be really angry at me if I let you in, because I don't think
I
you're
give him
the guest list.
50
I'm sorry.
gold.
That's very nice of you, but I can't take bribes. I'm really sorry.
Oh no, this is okay. Fine, I'll take it back then. Yeah, no. Look, here's the thing, my friend, my buddy, my pal, and then I cast Charm Person on him.
He goes, I am none of those. Okay. Is it a saving throw?
It is a saving throw with save, please.
He rolled a 6.
He does not pass.
He does not pass.
Or they? Was it he? They?
It is he. It is
Yeah.
he. He goes, Morgan! Oh my gosh, you're back from... Were you at university? Am I right in thinking that?
I was, doing a PhD is not the same thing as being at... I was not an undergrad. But yes. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just need to go and get in and get some things.
Oh my
I will be
God,
out of your hair very
yeah!
quickly.
No worries. Enjoy the party. There's like a load of like a little aperitifs and things. I hope you have a nice time. I hope your mum doesn't run into you because I think that will be bad for both of us.
Yes, it
But,
would.
yeah, well, it's fine. I'm sure you're well equipped to handle it because you're smart and brave, and I love you.
Thank you,
what?
random citizen.
In the meantime,
Rainer,
I got a
Rainer, are you
30 on my
sneaking in?
stealth check.
so while this is happening, Raina becomes one with the shadows and just basically just pops up in the middle of the ball. So as both of you head in, you can see you see two very familiar faces. What do you think Equilibrium is doing?
Sitting at one of the tables and has a couple cheese cubes on his plate that he thought were the most beautiful of them. And kind of just looking bored
Next
mostly.
to him sits Liberty, who is bright green, and she has like piled her plate so high with like basically as she's made like a mountain out of profiteroles, and she's trying to see how many of them she can fit in her mouth at once.
Morgan's eyebrows go up a bit when she sees Liberty, and kind of has a oh yeah, theory confirmed kind of expression.
I do a double take and I just look really confused because I feel like red and pink and purple were close enough that I could be like, oh, it's just the light, and now she's green.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Roll for change blindness.
I'm gonna use my sneaky stealth check to sneak in next to them both and like sit at the table and then just be like, hello, like out of nowhere.
One moment, please. My sister is about to beat her past record by 4. The data is most intriguing.
Okay, I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding you, but I was gonna ask you, do you know who I am?
Should I?
Yes.
A lot of people say, do you know who I am to me? And most of the time I don't. And usually there are consequences after I say that.
Not in that way, no. Listen,
Oh, okay.
Okay, short version. Time loop. You've been to this ball before. You forgot.
Really? Because I don't think I would forget this. This is really
Well, you didn't yesterday,
something.
but you have today.
Mind
And
numbing.
I'm scared that we're going to forget tomorrow, so we need to fix it today. And we've only got, like, 3 hours to do it.
Excuse me, are you saying that you have a good reason for us to leave this
Absolutely.
bowl? Let's go.
Glad to have you on board. I'm Raina.
I think
Pleased to meet
Morgan
you.
didn't go into the actual ballroom. She stayed by the door and kind of like peering around to see if Raiders managed this.
I'm like
You
staring.
charmed the door guy for nothing?
Well, there's like she got through to like from the atrium. She got the front door into like the atrium bit, and there's the actual ballroom, and she hasn't gone into the actual ballroom because her parents are in it. She's gonna see if Raider can manage it first.
Yeah.
When I say I'm Raina, I'm like staring into their eyes for any semblance of recognition at all.
Nothing.
Nothing. Ugh. Yeah. Look, I'll take you outside to my friend. She's very clever. We think we know the source of the problem, so we just got to go over there and sort it out. It'll be fine. In 3 hours.
I see. And where is the ghost?
Ghost?
Liberty elbows Equilibrium and goes, we don't know anything about ghosts. If anything, we know less than the average member of the population about ghosts. What are ghosts? Please explain.
We have appropriately eccentric hobbies for our station.
Yes.
You ain't from Navrosh, are you?
No.
What?
And now everyone is just like Mexican standoff, suspicion eyes at each other.
It's the Spider-Man pointing thing of like,
It's the Spider-Man meme without the pointing. It's like, what? No, never mind. I don't think this one has anything to do with ghosts. I hope. I've had enough of ghosts. Let's just go.
Me too. That's a lie. Let's go.
And I'll bring them
As
outside
they leave,
to Morgan.
as they leave, Liberty is just trying to put profiteroles in her pockets.
Morgan casts Dispel Magic at 4th level on Equilibrium. Boots on the
Okay.
nose.
Cute. Roll me a magic ability check, please.
15 plus 4?
That's fine. Yeah, Equilibrium, you remember everything, and you only have a mild nosebleed.
Ooh.
In fact, actually, you're just gonna take, just give me 1 second. She's just gonna take a weeny bit of damage.
Ah!
A weeny
weeny
bit of damage. A weeny teeny...
Oh, while you're doing that, I have a question, which is that, was Arthur in there acting like he didn't remember anything, or was Arthur gone?
Oh, I think Arthur was in there, hang on, let me get my dice. Arthur was in there,
Looked acting
but,
normal.
looking sort of tired, and I think as you leave, Raina, he spots you and his eyes widen, and he's like,
He remembers.
like so he does remember, yeah.
Oh, good.
Well,
We'll have to keep recasting this every single time, running out of spell slots.
So the solution is just Morgan has to go around every person in the city and cast a spell magic.
Yeah.
That would take many
take
days.
so
Although
long.
actually, I just have to get a couple of wizards and who could also do dispel magic, and then it would become like exponential.
But also, we're not getting long rests.
I was gonna say, Equilibrium, you take 12 psychic damage.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's a weeny teeny
It's
weeny
just
bit
a
of
weeny
damage, sure.
teeny, weeny,
For a
weeny
nosebleed?
bit. Yeah.
Oh.
Ah. I will in turn cast Dispel Magic at 4th level on...
that's what I was hoping you would do.
Roll me d20, please.
do you want a spellcasting
Yes,
modifier
please.
on that,
Yeah.
or with the spellcasting modifier? That's a 14.
14. How does it work? How does it work with...
It's 10 plus spells level, isn't it, the DC? Is that right?
Yeah, so it's 10 plus the spells level is the DC, unless you do it with a higher spell slot. Well, no, higher spell slot means that you get a higher level automatically. But
So it's 4th level and under automatically dispels, but anything above that, it's 10 plus the spells level.
Oh, so I could cast it at 3rd
Yeah.
level, and it would be
Yeah.
essentially the same.
oh,
As long as you have to roll for it, there's no
Oh,
point in
yeah,
upcasting
you're
it.
I
right.
think so, yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah. So what did you get, Nate?
14.
Not Equilibrium. Liberty is like... What? What?
I don't think
Again.
it worked.
hit her again.
Natural 20.
There we go. I'm gonna roll some bones. Oh, that's much nicer. Sorry, Nate, you got the horrible end of my dice. Because Gamble's only taken 6 damage.
Typical.
Yeah. She looks at you. She goes,
Liberty always has been more durable.
"Wow, why didn't you do that the first time?"
I did do it the first time.
Oops. Okay, so the waterfront, right? Oh.
Excuse me while I go punch your brother.
No, you don't need to do that.
We might need him.
We can
do
punch
you
him
have?
later.
Do you remember?
Do we need
you
him?
remember the address of the guy at the docks? Because he wrote it down on a piece of paper.
I did.
Oh
Do I
yeah, what
remember
do we
it?
do with
Did
the
I-
paper?
Did I read it?
You don't have a piece of paper.
Surely I would have looked at it though, right? We didn't even discuss that, but can we roll some kind of check to see if I have the foresight?
You can all roll me a history check to see if any of you remember the name, and I would say that Equilibrium and Morgan both get advantage because you both live here.
I just got a nat 20, so it's not important.
good,
I will be
'cause I got-
fulfilling the role of Delphi today.
I got 4, so that's good.
17.
Okay, cool. Both of you remember then. Equilibrium remembers the street, and Morgan remembers the specific number of the house.
Oh.
It's a house on the waterfront. It's in a very rundown part of town.
Let's go.
Well, I'm glad
It's like
some of
I
us
suppose we
paid.
don't
8
thank you,
or
brother.
8:30 at this point, so we've got to get fast.
Hello, you lovely lot. It's me. It's only Chloe. You know the drill by now. It's break time. Go get a drink. Go get a snack. Look after yourselves. But in the meantime, you might consider listening to little old me, because I'm here to tell you ways you can support our lovely little podcast.
the best way you can support us is by joining our Patreon. For as little as £3 per month, you will get a shout out on the podcast and access to our Patreon-only Discord. Plus, there's a bunch of other tiers on there with much more exciting benefits, like access to our bonus content, our side quest episodes, for example. You can have access to DM notes and character sheets. You can get your own personalized message right here in the middle. Woo! And you can even have the opportunity to play TTRPG with us, with the cast. And we're basically celebrities at this point. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You can find that at patreon.com/Deck of Many Aces. Be sure to check it out. You can even join for free and get updates that way. Of course, if you're not prepared to pay per month, you can always make a one-time donation to our supporter Acast link, which is right there in the episode description.
Today's promo I'm super excited to share is for a podcast named Shadows and Shenanigans. Shadows and Shenanigans is a system-agnostic actual play run by a group of friends with a love for all things TTRPG, and it is run and edited, I believe, by our lovely Patreon patron, Callum D. So I'm really excited for you guys to check this out. Roll trailer!
A world like our own at the turn of the century, and a city recovering from the ravages of war at their doorstep, where magic runs under and through the streets, affecting every life, from the elite to the impoverished, with forces both human and beyond which would seek to turn it to their aid or another's detriment. As the society recovers, threats from ancient and more recent history loom over the city. Secret plans and strategies beginning to be put into place out of view. Standing between these threats and the city is a group of investigators seeking to get to the source and perhaps save their world from impending disaster. Soldier.
And I will jump out the window.
Doctor.
Would immediately take a couple steps back out of the door whilst drawing up.
Medium.
I want to start jumping up and down, screeching and like barking and spinning.
Magician.
How do you know? What they're doing, trying to convince someone.
The circle of mind and material. Mind and Material is the debut series of Shadows and Shenanigans, using the Candela Obscura system and setting. Shadows and Shenanigans is a system-agnostic actual play, run by 5 friends who love TTRPG and telling stories. Coming out soon, wherever you listen to podcasts.
I think you'll like Meg. She's very into learning about things in like a very intense way, but very friendly. She's kind of like the opposite of Lord Arthur.
I mean, sounds better at least.
Toz is like, you know, like when they're like, she's almost like a scandalized schoolgirl giggling at that. She's like, oh my god, you said something bad about Lord Arthur. Like, what? That's crazy.
You're not allowed to do that. You'll get hung.
No. Maybe re-educated. No. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Cut that out of the edit.
Dark! Yeah, so you head into the library. The Lord of Knowledge's office is at the very, very top of the building. It's like inside the kind of the beautiful glass dome bit of the top of the building. Yeah, as you head in, there's way less security. There's still, you know, like a swipe down thing, you know, you have to like put your weapons in a bucket, that kind of thing. But they are it's like going through customs in like Europe versus going through customs when you're going into America. Like when you're going into America, they're like, what are you hiding? And then like this is more like, hey, we're gonna take the reasonable amount of precaution to make sure that you're not, you know, gonna hurt the person.
Yeah, because that's also like, obviously you can only really go into Lord Arthur's building if you're like authorized, but this is a library where anyone can come.
Exactly. So yeah, you head in and you find Lord Meg, poring over an ancient tome. Glass is perched on the very end of her trunk, kind of similar to Tor. God, goddamn Toz and Tor. She looks up over her glasses and goes, "Oh, Tor's here. Toranor. I wasn't expecting you. How can I help you today?"
Hi, hello, long time no see, firstly. Secondly, I mean, I'm sure you know about the business of tomorrow morning. Yeah, weird thing to happen. Obviously, we're not going to get any explanations from the big man, but any insight would be greatly appreciated.
Well, I mean, what is it that you want to know?
This is literally unprecedented. It's never happened before. Why are we doing this? It can't be to give confidence in the people, because then it wouldn't just be the 5 of you watching. That makes 0 sense.
Can I get you to do a persuasion
Yeah,
check,
and
please?
if I've got like 6 d20s here, if I keep rolling bad on these, I'm just gonna swap them out for a bunch more. That's a 7. I'm getting some new dice. I'm furious.
Anna's rolling drunkenly.
Yeah, she looks at you and kind of pauses before she says anything, and she goes, "Well, I suppose it was just we felt like it was a good time for us to test you, just to see if you're doing okay, you know, make sure you're on track to being leader."
Okay. I suppose that makes sense. Tozia is like lying. I'm not gonna, if you want me to roll deception I can, but I think you know someone well enough to be like, this is not what's going on.
Yeah. She says, "You look a wee bit uncomfortable, my dear. Is everything okay?"
No,
Are you
not at
nervous?
all. I did just get absolutely whomped by Tor's 25-year-old friend. By the way, why is he hanging around with someone who's a decade older than him? That's strange.
It's not fair for you to make comments or judgments about Tor's friends, is it?
Very funny thing for Toz to say, considering how much older than her Delphi is, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Delphi started as a co-worker.
Yeah, I think so did Ariana, in a way.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, I just wanted to also say hi, but that makes sense. Thank you for explaining it to me. Where's Dad?
Oh, he's down in the offices downstairs.
Great, thank you so much. Also, side question. I'm just gonna show her the bird figurine while I have it out. Anything?
That is fascinating. I've never seen anything like this. This doesn't match any of our records. Goodness me. Can I have this?
No, sorry.
Okay. Well, I would suggest if you have a moment, might be worth giving it to the museum staff to have a little investigate of. That looks mighty precious, and well, yeah, like nothing I've ever seen before.
Interesting.
How's your library project going?
Oh, really well. And she just starts like waxing lyrical about like all of the indexing and deciding what kind of indexing system to use for the new books, and then obviously lots of them are old, and so it's like making sure they're appropriately preserved, but also making sure that they're accessible to the public, and she just goes on about this for like 10 minutes.
Tor's had a lot of practice in basically just seeming interested and disconnecting when people are talking. So he's just going to glance around her study and see if there are any books that relate to what he's interested in, if you know what I mean.
Sure, man. Yeah, give me a
16-year-old boys are interested in
an investigate.
secret societies.
Yes.
We're an asexual podcast.
Cool stuff.
Secret societies.
I think it's this dice tray. We'll just roll the 9.
Well, depending what you're asking me to roll there.
Investigation.
Okay, it's an 11 then.
Surely, or perception, I guess.
13 if it's perception, so probably rather perception on the balance of things.
As I'm sure you know, the group that you're interested in, their presence is not the strongest in the city.
No.
The kind of primary gods in the city is mostly Praetor, and the god that you're interested in is way less of a big deal.
Yeah.
what you do actually notice is a few of the truth teller articles, and they've kind of been sort of shoved in a little pile on the side, but you can see a couple of them. You see the Secret Clerics Control House of Creation one. You also see Solar Radiation Vote No. And the Galacta Hates Democracy Isn't a God, Just a Bigger God.
Yeah.
Irrefutable Proof, World is Triangular, What is the Galacta Conspiracy Hiding? other titles that jump out at you. But aside from that, you don't see anything specifically of interest in this area. You do remember though that there is a much smaller library dedicated to this source of study, and you do have access to it if you would like to.
Yeah. So he just because this library unearthing was sort of quite recent, just seeing if there was anything he could potentially try to nick and add to the private library, but no such luck.
Thievery, who are you?
While they're doing this, Delphi is gonna go up to Toz and quietly say, Toz, there is something wrong here. Your brother is keeping secrets, and your uncle is lying. There is something very wrong here.
I am going to kind of nod my head, but not say anything, and sort of interrupt Meg and be like, it was so lovely to catch up, but we do have to go and practice. So I'll see you later then.
Yes, well, we'll see you tomorrow. She looks vaguely annoyed that you've cut her off, and she kind of glances over at Tor in a kind of like, an almost like a conspiratorial way. I think she kind of likes Tor a little bit more because he's a little bit more bookish.
He's the nerd of the family with her dad, yeah.
He is the nerd and you are the jock.
Yeah.
In fact, as you are heading out, she grabs a hold of your wrist, Tor, and says, I don't really know what exactly it is that your uncle is searching for, but I think that the political situation at the moment is tense, and I think it's weighing on him. I'm not sure why he thinks that this is going to solve it, but, well, it's worth you knowing. There may be more riding on this than he'd have you believe.
I know he thinks of it as a quick solution, but thank you for saying that. What do you think I should do?
Aye, my dear, I don't know what agency you have, really. I think if you don't agree with the way that he's doing things, then it might be difficult, but you're always free to speak up, and you know that the other lords will be there, and certainly some of us will be in your corner.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
No problem.
Megan,
what I would say is...
Lord Megan.
You can call me Meg. Lad, I've known you since you're a wee. All I will say as well is, well, you've certainly got an ally in me, but, well, I'm not sure about Balgair. He seems... Well, he and Arthur have been close lately. I'm not sure what it is that they're hoping to achieve, but both of them seem like their guard is up.
Okay, thank you, Meg.
Anytime. And if you want to come back and find out more about the exposition, then, please.
Absolutely, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I should go and catch them up. She gets really impatient if she has to wait for me.
I can imagine, so go on in.
Okay. And he sort of scrambles out the room.
Okay. Are you all heading down to see
Sure.
Toz's dad?
I'm actually want to see if I can find somewhere private to just talk to Tor and Delphi. And
Okay.
just kind of with like the excuse of like, oh hey, can you just help me with something in this room if there's like something where there's no one there?
Yeah, I think if you you could go into one of the library's like study rooms, and it's like a perfectly, it's noise cancelled, so it's completely soundproof. So it's
Yeah.
a great place for you to talk.
Tor, what is going on?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, something is weird and wrong, and no, Delphi, no offense intended, but the two smartest people in our group are not here.
Wow.
Also, just untrue.
Just like. That's true, actually. We have better intelligence, but I mean wisdom.
Also
I guess.
untrue.
Raider's not here. Raider's not here. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Raider's not
Delphi's
here.
the smartest one in this group.
I
and
forgot
just
about that.
quiet.
I just, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm standing between Tor and the door. I know you're not telling me something, and I know that Arthur is lying, and Megan was lying, and if we want to figure out what's going on and keep each other safe, oh my god, I'm gonna kind of gesture to him to sit down. I didn't even think to tell. Do you remember Auntie Iona?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen her since very little.
She's alive.
Sorry?
She's alive.
Alive?
She
I remember her funeral and how sad Mum was.
She
but-
came forward into the future. Time's been going weird. And I saw. You have to promise not to tell anyone because it could get internationally slightly dicey.
What do you mean?
I saw Mum. I'm deeply unclear as to what had been happened, but it looks like
No. What do you mean you saw Mum?
her spirit had been trapped in some kind of contraption to generate electrical energy.
He's just shaking his head.
I'm gonna kind of put my hand on his shoulder.
He shrugs her hand. It's wrong. I've tried so many times to see if she's still here, and she's not.
She
You need
was
to let
trapped.
go.
She was trapped. And now, hopefully, her spirit's at peace.
Why are you lying to me? Why are you telling me this?
I'm not lying.
He's going to get up and try to leave.
I'm standing in between him and the door.
He flicks his hand and tries to cast banishment on you.
What do I roll?
Well, it would be a charisma save, DM. I don't know if you are.
Yeah, you can have it be a charisma save.
Just double checking Indomitable. Cool. I'm gonna roll.
I've got the spell save DC here.
I'm assuming that fails, which is a 7, but then I'm gonna use Indomitable
2.
to reroll my second throw.
Okay.
That's a 20.
cocked.
That's a 20.
No, that's cocked.
That was a 20. That was a 19
No, it
plus 1,
wasn't.
but I'll re-roll it at Will's advice.
Absolutely.
Re-roll it. That's on the floor.
Roll it on the rolling tray.
Okay. The rolling tray is cursed.
Dear Lord.
The rolling tray is cursed. 17.
Okay, that still succeeds.
Yeah.
It's annoying because it's a
Does
really
she
high
know
DC.
that? Does she know that you tried to cast banishment? How does the spell work?
There was his eyes, which are like an orangey color anyway, go almost blindingly bright, and you feel almost like the sensation of flames licking at your feet and hands. But he's, I guess, able to sort of shake them off, and he just tries to push past you.
I'm gonna just grapple him in a hug.
Let go of me now.
Calm down.
let go.
Calm down.
What he would do here is going to escalate things quite significantly, and I'm aware of the time we've got left here.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
This is your fault.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
I know. I'm just gonna check a few spells if that's alright.
Oh my gosh, okay. This is like so not how I was expecting this to go.
I'm not sure what I'm expected either, but... Okay.
For him to process emotions normally.
He's 16!
Yeah, you did expect a lot from a 16-year-old here.
He's just going to step back and cast Wall of Fire between the two of them.
There are books everywhere!
There are books! Yeah.
See, Delphi doesn't have counterspell or anything like that, so there's nothing they can do to... I mean, there's one thing, but it's just scatter.
Yeah.
And that's not helpful in this situation.
He's casting it as a small one.
Yeah.
So there's enough room that you could step past him. It's symbolic.
Yeah, okay.
Saying,
Ooh.
back off! Let go of me now. Let me leave.
I'd step to the side of the door and let him go.
He sort of sucks the flames back into the tip of his staff with a flick of the staff and storms out, slamming the door shut behind him without looking back at her.
Is your little sister ever like this?
No.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
My sister's a cook.
Oh, that's nice. Fulfilling career.
What?
Are you okay?
I do not understand you.
Yeah.
Fundamentally.
Thank you. I know it's not a compliment, but I don't really know how to respond.
No, not you personally. You, as in... Oh. Ah. God.
Yeah. He burns bright like Mum.
No. This whole city is made up of dysfunction. There is nothing here that makes sense.
The machinery makes sense.
Barely.
Well, look, I mean, I agree with you that he's being cagey. She kind of knocks her head towards the door. Arthur's lying. My worry is that... Well, my worry is that he, for some reason, has decided to groom Tor instead of me as his replacement. And that's what he wants this fight to do, as a good reason to say, you know, oh, maybe Tor shouldn't lay his arms down right away. But I don't know. I know it's a bad idea.
I think
we should go talk to Dad. Sorry, what do you think?
I think your brother might be in a lot of danger.
You do?
But I don't know. I can't tell. There is no simple answer to this question.
Yeah, I think you're right, but I don't know how we find out more. I mean, he's not going to tell us. His little friend is clearly deeply loyal to him and also won't tell us, so I kind of have no idea where we can start.
The club. His club.
Mm-hmm.
Does Delphi would remember the face from if they had their faces uncovered? Delphi would remember the faces from the vision that she had.
So the faces of the like individuals you couldn't really see because it was kind of like blurred on the edges, almost like it was like a really hot, you know, like how yeah, like a mirage type thing. The one. Well, it's not a face, but the one person that you can see really clearly is the golden mask.
Do you know anything about a golden mask?
Do I know anything about a golden mask, GM?
I mean,
assume the answer is no, because it's a secret society and
Yeah,
it would be a bad
I was
idea
gonna
if they're...
say, I don't think you would know. You can give me... I think both of you could give me a history or an arcana check.
Delphi,
an insight
okay.
check.
I think rather than trying to just remember, Delphi will go, you speak to your dad. I will try and find some information here about anything to do with this.
Yeah, I also think I know he's a bit teenager. I know he's a bit teenager, but Tor is always interested by new people and things. You saw him when we talked about that dragon. I know if you went up to speak to him, it's me he's mad at, not you.
Sure.
But yeah, I'll go talk to Dad, see what you can find out, and hopefully we'll have some more information about this, because you're right, I don't like this either.
Okay. Delphi is gonna use their ability from their background for the first time ever.
Ooh!
Which is research.
Yeah.
When you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, you can know where to attain it, and I imagine it would still be a roll to actually find the information, but I know where in this effectively library there might be information about a secret society.
Awesome. Yeah, I think if we have a little look at that next time.
Sure.
I'm curious, just before we end, Tor, what happened after you left the room? Where have you headed?
Stand straight back to his quarters, took out some parchment and a quill pen, and starts writing a letter addressed to Aurelius.
Nice.
About the upcoming trial.
Fantastic.
The trial by combat, that is. Not a legal trial.
Yeah. Awesome. Great. I think that is where we will end it today then.
God, on familial Discord.
Woo!
Am and I will one day play 2 PCs to get on, but it's not today.
Deck of Many Aces is Anne Chisholm, Eiriol Evans, Ellie Webster, Katie McLeod, and me, Chloe Elliott. Really big thanks to our patrons Nate Scott Jones, Ouroboros, EK Green, Space Ben, Callum D, Ebad, KP, and Steph Burt Stelia. Head to patreon.com/Deck of Many Aces to hear your name in that list of legends and check out the bonus content that we offer. Alternatively, you can go to supporter.acast.com/Deck of Many Aces with dashes between the words for one-time donations. If you enjoy our podcast, please do give us a review. It's incredibly helpful for growing podcasts like ours, and we read them all, and it makes us really happy. You can leave us a review on the podcast platform of your choice, or alternatively on Podchaser. You can follow us on social media at Deck of Many Aces, pretty much everywhere. Or if you want to get in contact with us by email, you can send an email to deckofmanyaces@gmail.com. All the music for this podcast is written by me, Chloe Elliott. You can find it on all music streaming platforms. The entire thing is on SoundCloud though, so there's your tip. Go there for all of the secrets. And if you want to find us in other places on the internet, you can find myself and Am on our sister podcast, A Rendezvous with Destiny. You can also find me on Bowies and Spelljammer, which airs on the Roleplay Factory on YouTube. And to find out what creative things that Ellie is up to, head to the episode description to sign up for their mailing list. Well, that's me signing off. Have an ace week. Bye!